Hi, my name is Cristian Andrés Gajardo Montesino. I'm from Chile. I'm a student at National College of Ireland. I, I am in the program of Master of Science in Data Analytics Information. Today, I will talk about evaluating the predictive performance of LSTM models on Chilean pension funds. So, just to put in context, pension system face sustainability challenge in the current days. Why? Basically because people are getting older. You have to know there's two main systems around the world. One is managed by governments, the other one is managed by privates. Today we're going to focus just on the private system. Actually, Chile was a pioneer in this area because we implemented the first private system around the world in the 1980s. So this study tried to see um, what can give us the LSTM architectures using the S&P 500 in order to get better forecasting for our pension funds, and with this we can get or using this information for put strategic assets allocation. So the research hypothesis is try to find if is that really true that advanced LSTM models like a LSTM model with attention mechanisms or LSTM model like with multi-input designs are more accurate for forecast Chilean pension funds than multivariate LSTM models. So for that, we're going to use the S&P 500 index in order to get more or stronger information for future prediction our Chilean pension. So one thing that I forgot to say is in Chile we have at least six companies, but in this project I just focus in one of these. One is AFP Habitat, more specific in the phone E. There's five phones for each one of these companies, but phone E is more related with external investment. So I got the daily quota values of this phone E or this specific company, and on the other hand, I get all the SI, S&P 500 index close values for every single day since 2002. So I pre-processing all this data. Of course, I min-max normalization slider window for 16 days, just 16 days. And the models use, like I said in the last slide, multivariate LSTM, attention-based LSTM, and multi-input LSTM. I split the data in 80% for training data, 20% for test data. Maximum, I put maximum as 100 epochs. I used Adam Optimizer and measures like a MSE loss. Okay, I start now with the models. The first model was multivariate LSTM. I used two inputs, like I said, found A and the S&P 500 in a single sequence. Two LSTM layers. The first one was 64 units, the second one 32 units. Between these two layers, I use a dropout rate of 0.2. I capture the temporal dependence and no linear relationships. The most important metric here that I got, it was the R square, and that was around 0.98. Okay, the second model is the attention-based LSTM. Here, the model takes a multivariate time series with two filters per time step and process it through an LSTM layer with 64 units. An attention layer then assigns learn weights to each time steps using a trainable transformation and softmax, producing a weighted sum that capture the most relevant temporal information. By weighting time step according to their importance, the attention mechanism improves the interpretability and allows the model to focus on historical significance information. And the last model, the third model, multi-input LSTM, is a time series prediction model that takes two separate historical inputs. First one is the quota value from A, and the second one is the S&P 500 index. Uh, the model takes the two variables and processes each with its own LSTM layer to capture their unique temporal patterns. Uh, then they learn the futures from both sequence and then merge and pass to a dense layer to output a single numerical prediction. By separating the processing paths, the model can independently learn the dynamic of focal faun and global index indicator before combining them for more informed forecast. Here, the R square is the highest one and is close to 0.98. At the end, the results shows very good performance of each one of these models, especially for multi-input LSTM has the higher R square score. So yeah, this is the best LSTM model for this specific case. So it is necessary to put more attention in attention-based LSTM model because it's supposed to be the best model or better than multivariate LSTM. But for some cases, for this kind of scenarios, has lower performance than the multivariate LSTM. And S&P 500 integration improved the forecasting. That is so good for this research. So the conclusions is that we saw these three models has a very good performance. So architectural improvement increased predictive accuracy. More specific, multi-input LSTM is the most effective for combining local and global signals. External variables like S&P 500 influence the Chilean pensions fund performance, more specific in the A fund. And this project is relevant, I think, for emerging markets with data. For the future, could be a good idea include more macroeconomics indicator like interest rates, inflation, GDP, explore hybrid models and example techniques, and also extend this model for the rest of private pension companies, and also explore the rest of the fund, not just the fund E, fund B, C, D, and E. But for this case, we have to use another variables. That was my whole project. I hope you like it, and